Has this ever happened to you?
I sure do want to play D&D. I just wish I had more than one friend.
Well, Timmy, now you can, with the new D&D Essentials kit from Wizards of the Coast. Holy shit, right?
Whoa! You mean I can play D&D with only 2 people?
F***ing A right, doggy, you can. And it's easy, too.
Kick ass!
Hell yes, Timmy, and I'm gonna show you.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I am your friendly neighborhood Dungeon Mattster, and this week I am going to show you guys what's in the D&D Essentials kit by Wizards of the Coast, and I am also going to be giving away a code for 50% off of the Player's Handbook on D&D Beyond. Stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you how to enter that giveaway. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is open the box and see what's inside. Nice set of red resin dice. It comes with 4 D6s, ever useful for those fireballs. Comes with 2 D20, perfect for rolling inspiration. Really nice little set of dice here. We've got the adventure, the Dragon of Icespire Peak, which looks like it's an amazing adventure. The binding, the fact that the book is soft cover like this and bound instead of the the stapled version on the side, I really like that. It feels more like an actual adventure book than anything. I really like that quality. We also have a box for the cards that come with the set. It's nice that they included it in case you want to use it to store the cards. And now the cards, there's not a fan of the perforations. Kind of wish they'd just given you stamp cut cards in a sheet instead, but I mean, I'll take it. The artwork's good on them. The text is clear, crisp. The artwork is nice. Not really anything bad to say about those. We have a few sets of condition cards. We have combat step-by-step, which is really nice, especially for the newer players. Very clear descriptions, obviously, the stuff from the Player's Handbook. It's often at my table that we have to look these things up, so it's nice to have these lying around. We don't memorize these things, we just like to play. NPC cards, which are really nice for the Dungeon Master, so they don't have to keep referencing the NPCs in the book. I used to like this from Pathfinder, the Paizo game mastery cards with the NPCs that had the information on the back and stuff, or the blank spaces where you could write your own stuff. Plus, again, the artwork on these is really nice. We have magic item cards for all the magic items found in the adventure. 4 pages worth, I might add. Plus, including, I imagine, some of the magic items that are not found in the adventure. Quite a few of them. And the quest cards. I'm not the world's greatest dungeon master, and sometimes I forget what the players were doing. I don't take very good notes. These help, and these help the players to remember what their motivation is and what they're trying to get accomplished in the adventure. Gives them leads on things when they can't come up with anything else to do. They can follow something. Next up, we have the map, which is double-sided, which I really like. I love maps. I love laying maps out on the table. This is a nice one. It's a hex-gridded map. And what I'll do sometimes is I'll take a small token and have that represent the party. So when they're going to do overland travel, we find out how many squares they can move in a day or how many hexes they can move in a day, where they set up camp, and then we'll determine whether or not there's a random encounter or some such. It's just a bigger version of the map that's found in the Sword Coast Adventurers Guide. This same map as in Lost Mine of Phandalin, or obviously the map that's included in this adventure. And of course a map of Phandalin. Probably, so far, my favorite hub, my favorite town for starting a D&D adventure. Because I've run, as I mentioned earlier, the starter set so many times. But this is a nice big map to lay out on the table rather than my 8.5 by 11 printed version that I have. Then we have the Rulebook. They include the Bard, which I think is pretty cool that they added a class. And they added a background. As far as I know, criminal. Was a criminal? Oh, entertainer. That's the one. Entertainer wasn't included in the basic rules before. But I don't think that this is an update of the basic rules. I think this is specifically the Essentials Kit rulebook. But this is really nice. It's a rulebook. I don't loan out my books. So for this, I would be happy to lend this to a player so that they could make their own character using these rules. It also has rules reference so they can look stuff up. And if you're a new player getting into the game, a new Dungeon Master, for example, this has all the rules in it that you need to run the game. It has all the same rules sections that are contained in the player's handbook. It's missing some stuff. There's no feats. Feats are an optional rule anyway. Technically, you don't need them in order to play and progress in the game. They just add flavor to your character, add strategy and such. This does not contain feats. What it does contain, which I really love, are the rules for sidekicks. Now, I understand that there are many people who do not care for sidekicks. They don't care for the way they're written. I've seen plenty of people remaking the rules for the sidekicks and such. But I've already used them at my table, and I really love these rules. These paragraphs here, 3 little paragraphs to level up a sidekick. According to the Unearthed Arcana, you can use any creature with a challenge rating of 1 or lower, I believe. And so you can have a wolf, you can have a horse, you can have a mule, you can have a badger. You can do all kinds of stuff with the sidekicks. My main purpose in buying this set was to experiment with playing with one other player. And 5th edition and the lower levels can be quite brutal, so that's very useful to me. I really enjoy that. And the last, one of the last things in the box, we got one more thing, but it's fairly obvious what that is a very neat, very miniaturized version of the 5th edition Dungeon Master screen, which is fantastic. It's not the best quality. It's not as good quality as an actual Dungeon Master screen, but for it coming in the box, for you just getting into the game or something like that, this is amazing. This is perfect. It does the job nicely. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. Yeah, I like the artwork on the back of it too. It's a nice scene. The party going after the dragon on the peak. Of course, they leave the dwarf to carry the cart. Now, one of the things that I wanted to do for this was do a flip through of the adventure. I haven't seen too many of those online, so I just kind of wanted to do a flip through of the book, see if we could get through all 50 pages. I'm not going to take too long. I'm not going to, read too much. I just want to look through the adventure. And, because I gave it a cursory glance, and now I kind of want to just go through it a little bit. And they have the introduction stuff for the new DMs. It tells you about what the cards are and the other stuff that comes with it. Talks briefly about maps. And as always, I love the art. A little bit about the Sword Coast and the surrounding areas, which might be nice for players that are perhaps not familiar with the Forgotten Realms or the Sword Coast. They even talk about a Session 0, which I think is interesting. They never mentioned that in the player's handbook or anything. So this is kind of a neat just a little bit of a paragraph here, but then, a quick blurb on running for one player, how to use the adventure for one player, becoming familiar with the adventure. It teaches you how to actually read the thing you're going to run before you run it, just so you have a general idea of what's going on. Brief introduction to the town of Phandalin, and of course the map. Talks about all of the different locations. Gives you brief quests, a description of all the individual quests. Appears that the white dragon ends up going to a random location, so they give you the location of him. Kind of like the Curse of Strahd adventure. Keeps it a little bit more open. Various locations. So it looks like they laid this out to be pretty open-ended. To be pretty much, go where you like kind of thing, because it's not in a specific order like some of the other adventures have been, where they go through it part by part, piece by piece. Looks like they've come a long way since beginning with 5th edition, come a long way with how they structure the adventures. It's been a while since I've since I've run an adventure that was pre-written, mostly except for Lost Mine of Phandelver, of course. I've run that adventure too many times to count now. It's definitely smart that they give you right in the beginning, this area is for players of X, Y, and Z, which is very helpful. So you don't accidentally let your players die right off the bat. Of course, the wonderful cartography, as always, that they have in all of the adventures. The Caves of Gnomengard. I already like that. Anything with gnomes is pretty damn fun to play. It looks like there's some fun locations here to use, and a lot more locations than were included in Lost Mine of Phandelver as well. There were probably 5 or 6 altogether, and there's a whole bunch of locations here. Did a little side quest. Just a location, description of a location. And I love random tables. They keep the adventure fresh every time you play it. They included a Gulthias tree. That's pretty fun. Like the adventure in the Tales from the Yawning Portal. Sunless Citadel, I believe. That's cool. And they have lead-ins to the other adventures that they have, so you can pick which one you want to do next. I really like this product. I really like this book. And they have the bestiary. Includes some adventure-specific monsters, but it looks like it includes some general ones too. Various blights, banshee. Looks like they wanted to give you a wide selection of things to choose from and play with, so that you could have a lot of fun playing with this adventure for quite a while before you needed to buy another product and move on. Stat blocks for certain NPCs. Very cool. An adventure map key on the back, which is nice. So you know exactly what's what when you're looking at the maps. So as you can see, this product it's perfect for the newer player. It includes a lot of things to get you going. The only thing I think you would need would be pencils. That's the only thing that I could say would be useful. I noticed too that this adventure, unlike the Lost Mine of Phandelver, the D&D starter set did not include pre-generated characters, which is awesome because they did include the rules for creating characters. So you can actually create your own characters for your first adventure with this, and you can walk your new players through what it's like to sit down with the book, with the player's handbook, with the character sheets, and go through and learn step by step the things that make up a character, which I think sets you up for better understanding how to play the game once you know how modifiers and statistics and everything like that work in the game, how things are figured out. you can concentrate more on playing the game rather than teaching the person how to play the game, which is nice. And when I teach a new player how to play the game, it's like a video game with tutorials. I don't give the players information on things they don't need yet. It comes up normally through the course of playing the game. They want to perform their first skill check, that's when I'll introduce them to skill checks typically. So having a session 0 with creating the characters, with figuring out all the stats and stuff, I think can help the players better figure out how to play the game. This is also, in my opinion, a good product for a dungeon master with an established group to start a new campaign. I've done this before with other adventures to varying degrees of success, but this product I feel is specifically designed to take players from level 1 to level 5 very efficiently. They took all of the elements from the starter set that made it good, the setting, the location, and added additional things to it. One of the things that I'm going to try to do is to incorporate the original starter set adventure or the events that took place in the starter set adventure into this adventure, so that when they go to the town of Phandalin, they've either heard of the things that transpired with the mine. They could find the mine, and maybe it's an active mine now, and the magical forge inside the mine's been reactivated. There's so many different things that you can do with this setting now, having played the original adventure, to incorporate into it, that it just makes this so much more of a rich experience, in my opinion. That being said, if you guys want to pick up your own copy of this adventure, I'm going to do the shill thing. I got to do it. The affiliate link down below. You click on that link, I'll get a small kickback from it, but you won't spend a dime extra. It's worth it, in my opinion. It was $20 on Amazon. I got it in 2 days with Prime. So to the meat of the thing, why anybody would be sticking around for this thing, I'm coming up on my 50th video, 300 subscribers on the channel. I've been doing this for almost a year. There's a lot of milestones that are coming up for the channel. And as always, when I cross a milestone, I like to do a giveaway. So this time I'm gonna do a giveaway with the codes that come in the back of the Essentials kit. Now, I'm not gonna show it here because I'm not gonna let people take it, but on the back of this piece of paper, there are 2 codes. One is to unlock a digital version of the adventure on D&D Beyond, and the other is for 50% off of the player's handbook on D&D Beyond. So I'm going to give away those 2 codes on the back of this piece of paper that came inside the adventure box. To enter this giveaway, the only thing that you have to do is leave a like, leave a comment. You don't have to subscribe to the channel, I'm not gonna worry about that, but leave a like, leave a comment below. Those are the only 2 requirements. Hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, say, I'm in, whatever you want. And I'm gonna give this one a while. I'm gonna give it like a month. So I will say, once I release my 50th video, which should be sometime in early November, late October, I will announce the winner during my 50th video. So, and I'll try to make reminders between now and then so that everybody is aware of that. But get the codes from the D&D Essentials kit for your 50% off the player's handbook and a free copy of the adventure that comes in the Essentials kit. Again, I'll announce that during my 50th video. I believe that this will be video number 45, so in 5 weeks, we'll say. So yeah, I've laid it out. You know what to do. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hate reviews, and honestly, I don't do them that often because I hate doing them. But I felt like this product was worthy of a review because it was so good, in my opinion, that it deserved to have a little bit more light shown on it. And I hope I did that. I hope I accomplished that in some way, and I hope I gave you guys some value for tuning in to watch this very terrible review. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you thought. I have been your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. Until next time, peace.